Let us start. Let us chant Omkara together. Om. 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 Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, Aneka Janma, Samprapta, Karma Bandha, Vidane, Atma Gnana, Pradhanena, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, Dhyanamoolam, Gurormurtihi, Poojamulam, Gurorpadam, Mantramulam, Gurorvakyam, Mokshamulam, Guru Kripa, Shruti Smriti, Purananam, Alayam, Karunalayam, Namami, Bhagavat Padam, Shankaram, Lokashankaram, Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om. I pranams to all. Slowly open your eyes. So user R, is that Ravi?
Yes, Guruji.
Ravi,
I'll be on video. Just give me a minute. I'll come on video just a moment.
Sure. So Ravi ji, if you can also go on video, you can do that. Okay, so today I will take up today's topic. Before that, quick recap again. What is the understanding so far? What more you want to know? Praveen?
I think there is nothing more to know, but probably to execute on what is known from you now, to realize, to use the remind ourselves about
Ourselves is ourself.
I mean, I remind my mind.
Your mind.
The mind belonging to the I, the capital
It doesn't exist. Why worry about something that doesn't exist? Tell something truthful, no? It's been 3 classes. Are you continue to lie? Tell something truthful. Okay, make a logical statement. Let me hear that.
to realize that this is Maya.
To realize who has to realize?
My the I on which there are a couple of wrappers. The I, the Atma, which has a couple of wrappers on it right now, because of the ignorance. Right now, that ignorance is reducing to realize that you are already the supreme consciousness. That's the ignorance reduction part which we have talked. That's the part I want to execute on. Yeah.
Okay, so again, it's not. So you're what is that? Contradicting yourself. You say that I is already Atma.
Yes.
Then, if I is already Atma, what is the realization for? For whom is the realization?
Yeah. Um, yeah,
Is I am Atma clear?
yeah, it is clear, but I somehow it's not sinking in that it's not I mean it's like it's not I'm not able to realize that fact.
Actually, you said I am not able to.
I
Again, you already shifted.
Yeah.
You're toggling between
Yes.
real I, false I.
Yeah, the societal I and the
Forget all the false I. Just stand as the real I and tell me, make a statement.
if I stand as a real I, there is nothing to mix, Guruji. There is
That's all.
yeah.
So the only thing that is required is to stand more as real I. So what you were telling about execution is that this is the execution, and that is called nididhyasa. The only thing that is required after Shravana is stand, sit, walk, talk, act as the real I. Always be anchored. Always see you never forget. So when you're interacting with the world, you don't forget. So you have a child?
Yeah, two of them.
Two of you don't forget you're a father.
Yeah.
Right? You ever forget?
No, I don't.
So any situation, you will think if you're going to the shopping, if you go from work to shopping, you will think, oh, okay, what would my children need?
Yeah.
So that is always there in the background. I am father.
Yeah.
So is it hard to have I am Brahman always in the background? You go on with whatever you're doing, but just
Yeah.
always have in the background, I am Brahman. So that will free you from the mental clutter.
Correct.
You're established. There is nothing else required. And to do
Correct.
that, there is all this roundabout routes. Is it hard?
Yeah, there is too much attachment. That's why it's hard. That
Whom is it too much attachment? For I is attachment? Again, you already stepped down.
yes.
Make a statement as I. Always make a statement as I.
Okay. Yeah, then there is nothing to be attached. It's
There is a Brahma Gnana, Adi Shankaracharya wrote Brahma Gnana Valimala Stotra. Okay, he wrote many beautiful hymns about self-realization. One of the hymns that he wrote Nirvana Ashtakam. So if possible, you go through that as well. He also wrote Brahma Gnana Valimala Stotra. In that, he starts the stotra by telling Asangoham, Asangoham, Asangoham. 3 times he tells it. That's how it starts. Asangoham, 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 Punah Punaha. Okay. Who again and again recollect, I am Asanga. I cannot, my nature is, it's like telling fire can be attached. Can fire be polluted? So there are 5 elements. Water can be polluted. Okay. Then air can have pollution. Then the space can have clutter. Fire, whatever it touches, can it be, can you put impurity can you make the fire impure?
no.
To make the space impure, you put some garbage. To make the water impure, you put some garbage. What happens if you put garbage in fire?
It burns.
So you are of the nature of fire, Atma. Atma is Asanga. It cannot have Sangha. It's called, that's why we worship fire. Okay, whatever comes in contact with fire becomes fire. You understand?
Yeah.
And I am of the nature of fire. I am Atma Jyoti. You understand? And to realize I am that fire is called Deepavali. So we recently celebrated Deepavali. So do you think Deepavali is festival of light? Deepavali is festival that to realize I am the light. Okay. So belated happy Deepavali to all of you. Wishing all of you a wonderful and prosperous Deepavali to you and your family. The main purpose of Deepavali or any festival in Sanatana Dharma. You know who created all the festivals? Who orchestrated all the festivals? Anybody? Take a guess. Nobody. You celebrate festival, you don't know who orchestrated it. There's something called Sutradhara, no? Somebody, Sutradhara, director.
Manu?
Manu. So the festivals are the foresight, a result of foresight of Sri Vedavasa Maharshi. So every festival is in a certain sequence. Okay. So Diwali is coming after Vijayadashmi. Okay. And after Diwali, there is the festival. Then there is a Gita Jayanti. So that every festival is placed very intelligently to awaken the people. It has a multifold meaning. The three levels of meaning for every festival. Okay, one, Sri Vedavasi Maharshi wanted to protect the country itself, protect the sanctity and protect the country, because he saw that the country will go through various invasions, attacks. And every festival has multiple stories associated. How many stories are there with Deepavali?
The one Rama coming back to Ayodhya, that's one story.
Okay.
There is Naraka Chaturdasi, there is Bali Padyami.
There are 7 stories associated with Deepavali. Okay. And that 7 stories, as parents, it's our responsibility to teach the 7 stories to children. Okay. Why Deepavali is celebrated. And Deepavali is about ultimately enlightenment, to realize I am the light. So every festival is about realization. Every festival. Okay. And it has a realization aspect. That is the most, that is the deepest core of it. It has a social, cultural aspect, society aspect, dharmic aspect. Then it has the aspect of Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Adi Adhyatmika. Okay. So every festival is supposed to, you have to contemplate on the different layers and go to the core of the festival. So which Deepavali is celebrated? Which version of Deepavali is celebrated?
Certainly not the Adhyatmika one.
I am the fire. You understand? Now the fire is Atma. Any doubt about that? Fire illumines, right? So that which illumines is the light, correct? So in the light of awareness, everything is the world is illuminated. No awareness, no world. Now, are you aware? Are you aware? Yes or no? Is it hard to tell? I'm aware. I'm not aware. Can you ever tell I'm not aware?
Awareness is the basic construct, right? It's consciousness.
Are you aware?
Yes.
Yes. That's all, right? That is Brahman. I am aware. Is called Sat. You understand? Any doubt in that? I am aware. And that is the Atma Jyoti, light. And it's such a intuitive knowledge for you. Can anybody, if somebody comes and tells you, prove me that you're aware. Can you do that? Or do you find the need to do that? Why should I prove to you? I know I am aware. That I know I am aware is called Atma. Now, instead of the I know that I'm aware is the most fundamental, primary. I know I'm something else. That is secondary. I know I think I am body. I think. So that's I know and I think. You understand the difference? I know there is absolutely no doubt. You just know it. It is deep intuitive knowledge. I am aware. And that is not lost in any state, waking, dreaming, or deep sleep. Okay? But I think keeps changing. I think I'm this, I think I'm that, is keeps shifting. So spirituality is journey from I think to I know. I think is asatya. I know is satya. So Deepavali is asatoma sadgamaya. Okay, from I think, from whatever you think you are, is false. Just drop it. Because you think it. And what is the problem with thinking? So if Atma is the nature of fire, what is the nature, what is the element of thought?
Water, maybe, because it keeps flowing. There's
Please.
no end to it.
So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells, the mind is like the wind. Mind is like the wind.
Wind, okay.
It's like the element is air. It's very hard to catch. It moves so fast, keeps moving. Okay. And in the moving, it carries different smell, odor. It gets influenced. It can be influenced. So thought is always influenced by your programs. It keeps on changing, continuously changing. And that is just a projection. It's not reality. That's asat. Okay. So what I think I am is not me. I am what I already know I am. What is that you already know you are? Which nobody has to teach you. You already know that I am aware. Any doubt in that? But the problem is I am not able to rest as pure awareness. I am unrest. I'm restless. The thought makes me restless. Okay. And the thought rest, I see that I'm awareness. Any doubts in that? Clear? Okay. Radhika, anything to share, ask? Can you make a logical statement?
I'm aware and I'm here for the same thing, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, because I'm not able to stay in that state of pure awareness 24 bar 7.
I am not able to stay in the state of awareness. Awareness is not a state. First thing to understand. All states are projections in awareness. Is that clear to everybody? So typically in the spiritual journey, people want to chase states. Okay, and there is a hierarchy built. Okay, they make it like organization. Oh, I am at level 9. I am at level 9 state. In level 9, I can see this blue color light. In level 13, I can see orange color light. Or okay, in level 13, I can see this deity is coming and talking to me. The same mental game is bought into is just spilt over. Without understanding the fundamental that all states are projections. All states are mental. Is that clear? Mind has state. Atma has no state. So Atma is not that something that I go and come back out of. No. Is that clear to everybody? So state is waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. Then there is a state of samadhi. Then in samadhi, there's savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. There are different types of samadhis. All these are considered states. Now, what is Atma? In which state is Atma?
State.
All states are in Atma. Atma is the background of all the state. That is the meaning of the story in the Samudra Mantana. In the Samudra Mantana, there is everybody knows the story of Samudra Mantana? There is a churning of the Milky Ocean. But to churn the Milky Ocean, there's a mountain called Mandara Parvata. Okay. Mandara Parvata doesn't, stand on the ocean because if you put a rock in the water, it will drown. So it keeps drowning. Now to hold that, Bhagavan Vishnu has to take avatar, as he took the Kurma avatar. Then he goes under the in the water, and the mountain is placed on him. He holds the mountain. Mandara means the state, mental state. Man means mana. Dhara is the conceptualization. Okay. All states are supported by Atma. The waking state, dream state. So Lord pervades all states. You understand? So it's not as I go into a state, I become Atma and I come out. No. I am Atma. States appear and disappear in me. Is that clear? Now, having said that, can you clarify what you said, Radhika ji? Is it clear that states appear in me?
Yes.
Do states touch fire, Atma?
No.
State is an object. You understand? State is an object. Atma is the pure subject. States appear in Atma. Is that clear?
Yeah. And all states are temporary.
All states are temporary. Excellent. So never chase any state. Okay, whatever state it may be, it is temporary. And it's in reality, it's a mental projection. Atma is the screen. On the screen, there is a projection of a movie. So each state is like a projection. But the screen is Atma. So you are always in Atma. You are Atma. You are the self. There's no coming out of it. The only thing that happens is that Atma, what the problem that happens is Atma puts on a dress called body and mind. Like how you take on a dream body, the Atma, there's a projection of a body, and there's a animation of the body and a character, and it's a costume. Okay, you wear a costume when, like, you go to a play, theater. You have to. It's a theater play, which is orchestrated, which is curated, which is directed. Then there's a costume for the sake of the play. The only problem is the Atma, while putting on the costume, it's called Vesha. That Vesha becomes Avesha. Have you heard this word called Vesha? What is Vesha? Vesha is costume. सुरभि जी सुन रहे हैं आप? समझ में आ रहा है?
जी 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 जी
तो वेशभूष समझ में आता है आपको? वेश.
हाँ
तो
कपड़े
ये बच्चे लोग ड्रामा करते हैं ना, तब वेश पहनते हैं.
या डिफरेंट ट्रेडिशनल क्लोथ्स लाइक
हाँ, ट्रेडिशनल कोर्स, राक्षस बन जाता है, कुछ बन जाता है, राइट? सोल्जर
जी
बन जाता है.
जी जी
द प्रॉब्लम इज, जब वो वेश धारण करता है, वो भूल जाता है कि मैं कौन हूं. और वो वेश बन जाता है. इट्स कॉल्ड आवेश. Okay, so when you put on the costume is so nice, such a nice costume. Wow. Okay, it's such a beautiful costume. Then you become the costume. It's called Avesh.
ओके
So ek bar, this is a beautiful story in the Ramayana, in the Tulsidas Ramayana. In Tulsidas Ramayana, Ravana has captured Sita, and he's kept her in that garden, and he wants to break her. He wants to influence her, impress her. So he puts on, he's an expert Veshada, this thing. He's an expert, what is that? Transformer. So that's what he didn't know. That's how he captured her. He got into the Vesha of a bhikshu, a yogi, and he captured her. So he tries different costumes to impress her. Beautiful princess, he becomes kings, right? Handsome people. He tries everything. Nothing works. Then he's dejected. Then he's talking to Kumbhakaran. Kumbhakaran tells, "Oh, what is this, such a stupid thing? It's so easy. You could just wear the Vesha of Rama. Okay, wear the Vesha of Rama, and she will come to you. You don't have to do anything. Such a genius idea." Ravana tells, "I tried that also." You think I didn't try that? I tried that also. But the problem is, when I wore the Vesha of Rama, I couldn't look at her. Okay, because when I wear the Vesha of Rama, my mind thinks all women as divine, Pujaniya. I couldn't look at her. Forget about
Okay.
she looking at me. Okay, that is the influence of the Vesha of Rama on me. In the same way, we wear Vesha. What, I become father, I become employee, and I become body, husband, and you become that role, and you forget who you really are. Okay, but just because you've forgotten who you are, it has not changed you. Okay, just because Atma has forgotten it is Atma has not become something else. So the fundamental understanding here is, it is not that I become Atma. Okay, I have become already something else. I just have to realize who I really am. Like somebody who's on the stage has put on the costume of, let's say, Rajnikant has put on the costume of a beggar, and he has forgotten he is Rajnikant. Then the whole journey is not to become Rajnikant. The whole journey is to realize that I am not this beggar. This beggar is just a role. I am the real one behind. Is that clear? Any doubts in that? Radhika ji? Okay, Kavin, can you make a logical statement? Tell something truthful, no?
That everything is just a projection.
Everything is a projection. Okay? Prasad ji?
No statements, Guruji.
Statements. सुरभि जी, अभी तक क्या सीखा, क्या समझ में आया?
कि हम सब लोगों ने वेशभूषा अलग अलग, like we are wearing like a clothes and we are in the different role, but
हाँ, अभी आप सुरभि is a role or Surabhi is reality?
I'm in the role.
What is reality?
Reality means I'm a divine child.
हाँ,
I'm subconsciousness, but
I am.
I'm in the role of Surabhi.
हाँ, तो if you tell, oh, I am not able to experience or feel or think or know that I am divine child, that means the vesh has become avesh.
Yes, it's happened. Yeah, it's with me definitely.
That role has become, vesh has become
Wish.
avesh. तो आवेश से आपको फर्स्ट कूल डाउन करना है, वेश में आना है, फिर वेश को वेश जैसा देखना है, तब।
अच्छा,
और ये सब बहुत सरल है।
नहीं गुरुजी, ये बहुत हार्ड है।
ये हार्ड है, ये आप आवेश में बोलते हैं। जो आवेश में होता है, राइट, जो आवेश में होता है, जिसने वो अल्कोहल पी लिया है, राइट, तो उसको लगता है, तो वो उसका दिमाग जो है, ही इज इंटॉक्सिकेटेड। जो भी वो बोलता है वो इंटॉक्सिकेशन में बोलता है, राइट। जब नशे में बोलता है, जब नशा उतरता है तो
जी
सब आसान दिखता है।
जी,
तो नशा उतरना, नशा कैसे उतरता है?
मैंने आई डोंट ड्रिंक सो आई डोंट नो।
नशा जस्ट बहुत सरल से जस्ट अपने आप से उतरता है।
जी हाँ, वो मॉर्निंग लाइक इवनिंग में वो लोग ड्रिंक करते हैं जो हमारे नेब, तो हाँ मॉर्निंग तक वो लोग ठीक हो जाते हैं।
अरे यार,
और
इवनिंग शाम की बात कर रहे हैं हम यहाँ देखते हैं सुबह 5 बजे को भी पी रहे हैं लोग। तो
अच्छा
सुबह शाम हर 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 टाइम पी रहे हैं। तो नशा उतरना उतरने के लिए नशा छोड़ना है, और नहीं पीना है। पहले बात है तो
जी
और नहीं पीना है, ठीक
जी
है।
जी
पीना पीना स्टॉप करना है। जब
जी
पीना स्टॉप करेंगे तो अपने आप उतर जाता है।
जी
In the same way, you are in avesha, you have to stop, you have to step out of that thought flow. Okay, to step out of that thought flow is not possible in the world, because your world will constantly keep reinforcing your the body, mind, character, surabhi, right? You go to office, they treat you as body, they look at you as body, you interact as body, you come to house, then you are many roles. You are constantly in intoxication. When are you taking time out where you are yourself? That is called satsang, where the guru doesn't add more nasha, doesn't give you another drink. It's just
जी
you allow yourself to be, what is that? Sober. You understand?
जी
And that is called paroksha gnan. Paroksha gnan means in the presence of the guru, you have become sober. वो आवेश उतर गया है, नशा उतर गया है, और आपने समझ लिया कि मैं आत्मा हूं. इट्स कॉल्ड परोक्ष ज्ञान. ठीक है. तो परोक्ष ज्ञान के बिना मुक्ति नहीं है.
जी
तो वो क्या होता है, वो परोक्ष ज्ञान जो है वो धीरे धीरे अपरोक्ष बन जाता है. अपरोक्ष माने आपका स्वयं ज्ञान, वो आपके भीतर से आता है.
जी
तो तब आप अपने पैरों पे खड़े हुए हैं. आपको कोई डाउट नहीं है कि मैं आत्मा हूं, मैं देह नहीं हूं, मैं मन नहीं हूं, मैं मुक्त हूं, सदा मुक्त हूं. ये आपका अनुभविक ज्ञान होता है, उसको कहते हैं अपरोक्ष ज्ञान. अपरोक्ष
जी
ज्ञान ही साक्षात्कार है. So साक्षात्कार, अपरोक्ष ज्ञान, enlightenment, they mean the same thing. Understand?
जी अप्रोक्ष
अपरोक्ष ज्ञान, ज्ञान.
ग्लान ओके अप्रोक्ष ग्लान
अभी जो मैं बोल रहा हूं वो परोक्ष ज्ञान है. परोक्ष माने सेकेंड हैंड. ये गुरु का ज्ञान है. वो सेकेंड हैंड जो है, परोक्ष है, वो अपरोक्ष बन जाता है, वो आपका ज्ञान बन जाता है. इट विल बी फर्स्ट हैंड व्हेन द माइंड बिकम्स क्लियर.
अच्छा
उतना ही. तो आवेश से उतरने के लिए परोक्ष ज्ञान, फिर अपरोक्ष ज्ञान हो गया.
जी
कुछ भी नहीं है उसके बाद. एनी डाउट?
हाँ मुझे परोक्ष ग्लान और अप्रोक्ष ग्लान नहीं समझ में आया परोक्ष में आई नोट
हाँ, परोक्ष ज्ञान माने सत्संग. इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ सत्संग द गुरु brings the clarity that you are Atma. It's called Paroksha Gnan.
जी
Any doubt in that? So I just brought in that correction.
ओके
Okay? When somebody is again going back into falsehood, the Guru brings back to the truth. That is called process.
परोक्ष ग्लान
Paroksha Gnan.
जी
तो जब अपने भीतर का गुरु जाग जाता है, तो बाहर का गुरु का काम है भीतर का गुरु को जागृत करना.
जी
आपके भीतर जो है वहां वो सदगुरु है. आपका भीतर का गुरु जो एक टाइम आता है तब वो बाहर का गुरु का रूप लेता है. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, एवरीबडी दैट यू मीट इन द वर्ल्ड आर योर प्रोजेक्शंस. दे कम इनटू योर लाइफ टू, देयर इज अ karmic connection. Okay, some resolution, some accounts to be settled. When it's settled, they disappear. Okay, so everybody is a there's a karmic connection. The guru is your highest self, your self, Atma, appearing as the guru into your life and awakening the inner guru. Please don't think guru is somebody else. That's why it is told in the Shastra, Ishwaro Guru Atmeti. The Lord, Guru, and Atma are one. Your own self appears as the guru to bring the wisdom that you are the inner self. Any doubts so far? And the guru points, asks the question, who are you? And that questioning awakens the aparoksha guna. Clear hai, Surabhi ji?
जी
Okay. Ravi, Namish, anything to share?
To realize our true self, or to realize that we are in the Vesha, and we need to drop the Vesha is what I'm trying to work on. So in my day-to-day situations, when I encounter some not so friendly situations, I am trying that I drop the Vesha, try to realize my true self and act from there, from that point.
Yeah, so Vesha doesn't have to be dropped. Okay? The Vesha has nothing to do with reality. So there's no need of dropping the Vesha. Like the actor who starts thinking that I am the beggar doesn't need to stop being a beggar. Being a beggar, not being acting as a beggar doesn't matter. Just when you actor realize who I am, then the play can continue. The patient doesn't need to stop. Okay, it is just about clarity of who I am. Then the Vesha continues. There's nothing wrong in the Vesha. It's part of whatever is how much for how much ever time you have to play the role, you play the role. So there's a false concept that I have to drop my Vesha. You have to drop identifying with the Vesha.
Yeah.
Which is psychological. Dropping the Vesha is physical.
I meant the psychological one. So the identity of the Vesha. Yeah.
Dropping the association with the Vesha. So how will the dropping happen?
Just take a moment to realize the true self and figure out that this is not necessary, or the identification with the Vesha is not necessary.
You are never the Vesha.
Yeah.
Okay, so that the entire spiritual the suffering that we have in life is what is told as a suffering of Karna in Mahabharata. So at that time, in that situation, to be without, so everybody you interact with, first they will ask, so you have to, when they introduce themselves, they'll tell, I am this such so-and-so, son of so-and-so, grandson of so-and-so, this is my lineage. Okay? That is my, like how when you go to some conference, they'll ask, which company are you from? So they see in your tag, your name tag and your company name is there. Okay? Now, based on your company name, their way of talking to you changes. If you are a Meta or Google, wow, okay, they want to associate with you. Then you are some startup, then they understand, oh, this person is looking for money, should stay away from him. He'll ask me funding. Okay, so Karna, he's always in pain because he doesn't know who his father. He doesn't know his parents. Then one day he comes to realize that I am the son of the Surya Deva. Then immediately, now what changes in his life? What changes in his life? Because he's son of Surya, something extra he gets, some inheritance, something he gets. There is a shift in perception. The perception earlier all had a constant pain because of some lack. Then that, and what that it's only in knowledge, right? At the knowledge level, something has changed. I am the son of sun, the Surya Deva. That brings tremendous change in his being, peace, strength. Externally, nothing. He's not inherited anything. Just a shift in thought. So enlightenment is a shift in thought from the thought, from untruth to truth. I am Atma. Nothing else is there. Absolutely nothing else. Please understand. Any doubt in that? Okay. Shall we go ahead now? So you've seen in the movies, right? There is Vaikunta, right? Who is there in Vaikunta?
Lord Vishnu.
Lord Vishnu is in there, Vaikunta, Vishnu and Lakshmi. Okay. So have you seen the depiction of Vaikunta, illustration of Vaikunta? And here also, whenever in temples in India, they do what is it? Vaikunta Ekadashi. So the temples, they create the Vaikunta, right, with props and sets, and they put doors. That is the main change. Okay, what is the main change in Vaikunta Ekadashi? There are many doors. How many doors are there to Vaikunta?
7.
Namish?
7.
7. So you've seen in the movies, no, the doors open like that, like that, like that, like that, and then the clouds are there, and there is a door, golden door opening. Finally, after 7th door, there is Lord Vishnu. सुरभि जी देखा है आपने?
जी
ये डोर्स क्या है? तो परमात्मा से आपको मिलने के लिए ये 7 डोर जो है उनसे गुजरना है. ये 7 डोर क्या है?
ओके, ये तो आप ही
आत्मा है.
बताएंगे.
हाँ? क्या?
ये तो अभी आप ही बता रहे हैं ना कि 7 डोर कौन कौन से हैं.
हाँ, कहाँ है?
पता नहीं, ये अभी आप एक्सप्लेन करेंगे तब पता चलेगा कहाँ है.
तो 7 डोर है, वो मालूम है? वैकुंठ में 7 डोर है.
अभी 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 आपने बताया तभी पता चला. एक्चुअली मैं हिंदू धर्म में इतना नहीं जाती, तो मुझे नहीं पता. मैं जैन धर्म में हूँ, तो
हाँ.
आई डोंट नो मच अबाउट वैष्णव धर्म.
ओके. सो तो 7 डोर है विष्णु. सो वैकुंठ जो है, आपने वैकुंठ सुना है? वैकुंठ नाम?
जी जी, वैकुंठ नाम तो मैंने सुना है. वैकुंठ धाम सुना है एक्चुअली.
वैकुंठ धाम. कहाँ है वैकुंठ धाम?
ऊपर.
ऊपर. कहाँ है
जी,
वैकुंठ?
मुझे कुछ नॉलेज नहीं है. आई एम सॉरी.
तो तीर्थंकर क्षेत्र कहाँ है?
सम्मेद शिखर जी.
हाँ?
जहाँ से तीर्थंकर मोक्ष में है, वो जगह सम्मेद शिखर जी है.
हाँ.
तीर्थंकर क्षेत्र कहाँ है? सुमेरु पर्वत पे. अब सुमेरु पर्वत कहाँ है? वो भारत क्षेत्र में, जम्बू द्वीप में. तो
तो तो ये जो है तीर्थंकर क्षेत्र और वैकुंठ, ये फिजिकल लोकेशन नहीं है. ठीक है?
जी
वो पर्वत पे है. इट्स एट द टॉप ऑफ द माउंटेन. Top of the mountain refers to the peak of human experience. Okay?
जी.
And at the peak of human experience, there is a place called Vaikunt, Kailas. Kailas जो भी है, Kailas भी top of the mountain है. और ये क्या है? तीर्थंकर क्षेत्र भी top of the mountain है. वैकुंठ भी ऊपर है. ये सब जो है, ये ऋषियों का आत्मज्ञान के बारे में बताने का तरीका है. Okay, it's a way of telling. It is a metaphor. It is a way of telling, pointing to you about the highest. The highest is at the highest point, not at the highest point of the mountain, but highest point in your possible experience, and the highest center here. Where is it? Here. This is called Sahasrar. It's called Sahasrar Chakra. Sahasrar. So there are 6 energy centers in the body. And the 7th one is called Sahasra. The 6 energy center are Mooladhar, okay, which is at the base of the spine. Swadhisthana, which is just below the navel. Then at the navel, it is Manipura. At the heart center, it is Anahata. At the throat, it is Vishuddha. At the forehead, it is Agna. And the top is Sahasra. So 7 gates. Where are they? In your
So in our body only.
in your spinal cord.
Sure.
Okay. In the spinal cord, when the energy, so in the spinal cord is where the energy movement happens. The energy started from the top and it moved down through all these centers and it moves downwards and outward. Okay. In that process, the creation started. Because it moved downward and outward, there was a appearance of the jiva. The jiva got associated with the world. Then forgot about the divine. The divine is again, there's a meeting happens. When you go back, when the energy goes back up, to go back up, it has to go to 7 doors. From the bottom to the top. And the energy moving upward, inward and upward, reaching the top. The top is Vaikunta or Tirtha Kshetra. Vaikunta means, anybody knows what Vaikunta means?
Vaikunth is भगवान की जगह.
Vaikunt means, Kunta means shortcoming, gap, incompleteness. Vaikunta means where there's no shortcoming, where there's fulfillment, Purna. Okay? When there's no more gap, incompleteness. That's called Vaikunta. So it is a state of realization that I am Purna. The realization of Purnamadam, Purnamidam. It's called Vaikunta. Any doubt in that? And it is Tirtha Kshetra, in the Jainism, it's Tirtha Kshetra.
Yes.
Dham. The Tirtha, you know what is Tirtha?
जी साधु साध्वी श्रावक श्राविका.
Tirth means it is this purity, pure. So pure. It cannot be impurified. Okay? That which cannot be impurified is the Atma, self. So the realization of self is shown with the opening of the Sahasrara. Now to open the doors, you need a key. Where is the key?
Our 7th place where you show us is spinal cord. There is a 7 Vaikunth Dham place.
हाँ, वो तो डोर है, 7 chakras. वो डोर खोलने के लिए की चाहिए ना? की कहाँ है? The key is the grace of the Guru. Okay? Another importance of Sadguru is, along with the Atmagnan, the Guru naturally causes the shift of the energy back inward and upwards. Any doubt in that? The energy which is going down and outwards and is getting disturbed and stuck at various centers, which is causing disease, which is causing suffering, which is causing thought, right? Ultimately, it's all because of energy movement. Please understand, your entire life is because of energy movement. Because there's nothing apart from energy in the existence. Everything is energy. What is not energy? Everything is energy. Your body is energy, mind is energy, job is energy, spouse is energy, children is energy, money is energy, and nature is energy. Everything is energy. Anything not energy? Everything is energy movement. In that energy movement, you have a certain experience of energy. Right? You have a certain experience of energy. That is because of where your energies are resting. So if your energy is in the lower centers, your experience in the world is experience of suffering, disease, thought, disturbance, right? When the energy moves to higher centers, and that's what happens when you go to maybe a temple or a Tirthakshet or a presence of a Mahatma, just the subtle change in energy, the energy moves upward. Even that happens in festivals, right? Festivals, when you're doing puja, when you're celebrating, there is an upward movement of energy. That move, the shift in the energy, it shifts your perception, experience, thought. You understand? So Sadguru shifts, makes a fundamental change in the energy. Okay. And once it is done, it doesn't come back again. It is not reversible. It's not a reversible process. Once you have reached the point of meeting a Sadguru, enlightened master, and there is a association that has happened, the energy shifts, and that is called grace. And there's no coming back from that. Is it clear so far? Okay, so now let us do a small practice to become aware of the energy centers and open the 7 doors and reach the Sahasrara. Okay. So everybody's sitting comfortably. You'll have to sit comfortably with your back straight. That's the only requirement. So Surabhiji, Ravi, is it clear?
Yes.
Any doubts so far?
No.
So now I will each chakra has a bija mantra. So it's just a gentle process of chanting the bija mantra and becoming aware of that energy center. Okay. And if your mind is creating too much thought, distraction, in that case, so the mind has 2 parts. There's a conscious aspect, unconscious aspect. Okay. If the unconscious takes over, when unconscious taking over means it starts creating images, questions, doubts, distractions. You go into something else, time, space. You start moving. You have to use your conscious ability, and the conscious ability is always the mind needs a form, an object to stay. That's why it jumps unconsciously to unconscious forms. So consciously, you can create a conscious form of light, like a ball of light. Okay, divine light. So whenever you become aware of a center, if your mind is moving too much, just visualize a ball of divine light in that particular center at that point of time when we're chanting. Okay, and all of this is happening at the back of the spine. Okay, so let me first tell you show you the chakras so that there's no doubt about that. Okay, so let me just share the screen once more. Okay, so you're able to see this. So the root chakra is called as Mooladhara chakra. Everybody is able to see this? Mooladhara, it's at the base of the spine. Okay, so we'll chant the Bija mantra I'll take you to the Bija Mantra. So when we chant the Bija Mantra with your awareness, attention at the base of the spine. And if required, you can visualize the ball of light in the base of the spine. Then Manipura Chakra, Swadhisthana Chakra, which is 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches below the belly button. Then we'll chant the Bija Mantra for Manipura, which is at the stomach. Then this Anahata, which is at the heart center. Then Vishuddhi, Agna, Sasra. Any doubt? Okay, shall we start? Close your eyes. Relax. Relax your whole body. Let us start relaxation of the whole body from the bottom to the top. Tighten your legs. Tighten your left leg and relax it. Tighten your right leg. Relax your right leg. Tighten your stomach. Relax. Tighten your chest. Relax. Tighten your left hand. Relax. Tighten your right hand. Relax. Tighten your neck and your throat. Relax. Tighten your face, jaw. Relax your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrow. Relax your eyes. Tighten your whole body. Relax. Your whole body is relaxed. Let us start Chakra Dhyana from the bottom of the spine and watch the energy movement upward. Let us start with Mooladhara, the base of the spine. The Adidevata for Mooladhara is Sri Ganesha. Visualize the form of Sri Ganesha at the base of your spine, at the bottom of the spine. Let us chant the Bija Mantra for Sri Ganesha at the base of the spine, Lam. Let us chant together, Lam. Stay in the vibration, sensation, thought, and attention at the base of the spine. Now let us move upward. Swadhisthana Chakra, which is just a few inches above the base of the spine. The Adidevata for Swadhisthana Chakra is Lord Subramanya. Visualize the form of Sri Subramanya in the Swadhisthana Chakra. The Bija Mantra is Vam. Let us chant Vam. Vam. Let us move to the stomach center. The Adidevata for Manipura, the stomach center, is Surya Narayana, Surya Deva, and the Bija mantra is Ram. Let us chant Ram. Now become aware of the heart center, the emotional center, chanting of the Bija mantra in the emotional center, in the Anahata, purifies the heart center and frees us from emotional disturbances. The Adidevata for Anahata is Vishnu, and the Bija mantra is Yam. Let us chant the Bija mantra and become free from emotional disturbances in the Anahata chakra. Yam.
Yum.
Now let us move to the throat center, Vishuddha chakra. The Adidevata for Vishuddha is Lord Shiva, and the Bija mantra is Hum. Let us chant Hum. Finally, let us move to the highest center, Agna chakra, which is at the center of the forehead, and Sahasrara, which is at the top of the head. The Bija mantra for Agna and Sahasrara is Omkara, and the Adidevata is Sadguru, who is the highest principle. Let us chant Omkara with the attention at the Agna and Sahasrara. Om. Rest your awareness at the top of the head. Become aware of any sensation, vibration, silence in the top of your head. Let us do one more round of the Bija mantra start chanting, starting from the bottom. Lam. Vam. Ram. Yam. Am. Om. Rest your awareness either in the Agna, the center of the forehead, or the Sahasrara. The mind becomes deeply silent and merges back into the self. Now, visualize Ishvara as your Ishtadevata or Sadguru has placed the palm, the divine hand, on top of your head. The Almighty Lord of the universe as Ishtadevata or Sadguru has placed their palm, divine palm, on top of your head. Receive the divine awakening and energy. Receive the healing. Receive the clarity. Receive the purity, the divine energy from Lord Sadguru purifies the subconscious mind, burns all the karma, awakens you, brings joy, health, prosperity, dharma, yagna, gnana, and prema into your life. Simply surrender to the divine energy and receive it at the top of your head as clear as possible. Visualize the divine touch at the top of your head. whole body gets filled with deep gratitude for the blessing of the divine. Feel the gratitude throughout your body. Feel deep gratitude for the divine blessings. Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Slowly open your eyes. So, Surabhi,
जी
are you able to experience the energy? Silence? मन शांत होता है?
मन थोड़ा शांत हुआ.
शांत हुआ? Are you able to feel the gratitude? Anybody?
जी नहीं.
Surabhi, you can feel? नहीं.
हम्म.
Gratitude नहीं है. Okay. Anybody can able to feel this gratitude? Praveen?
I could feel the energy, Guruji.
Ravi?
I could feel a sense of calmness, so stillness.
Namish?
It was silent, Guruji.
Kevin?
The energy movement could be sensed, Guruji.
Are you able to feel the gratitude?
Yes. Yes, I could. I was able to feel it. The sense of I dissolved.
Radhika ji?
Yes, Guruji, I felt thankful when I reached that stage here. I felt I'm not going to come back. So moment of, I mean, I was a bit frightened also. But then, as you mentioned, to bring that conscious thought,
Yeah.
I created that ball of light, and yeah.
Prasad ji?
Yeah, lots of gratitude, Guruji.
So the key is gratitude. Okay. In life, the most transformative energy that you can create, that you can experience is gratitude. Okay. And the gratitude, the feeling of gratitude alters your life. Your gratitude, when it hits you, because gratitude is always after clarity. Okay. For example, just to take a very common example, maybe let's say somebody, your caretaker or well-wisher who has been part of your life okay, who's been a significant at different instances, they have helped you, but it has gone unnoticed. You don't know, you don't really pay much attention. But sometime in a moment of clarity, you are able to
चलो मैं तुमको नैनो देती हूँ
you're able to intuitively know it, right? And that time you get filled with tremendous gratitude, correct? You just feel gratitude. There's no, it's just a outburst of gratitude that alters your entire vision, okay? And it fills you with energy and a direction. The same thing happens when in life, when you have more gratitude, you you simply unclutch from the unnecessary. You unclutch from the habitual pattern of the mind, and you are in a more, you're simply more free, and your direction is more positive. Okay. Now, in the absence of gratitude, is not vacuum, is not silence. It's either gratitude and clarity, or it is disturbance and cribbing, complaining. There's nothing in between. It's either 1 or 0. You understand? So you can either constantly be complaining, cribbing, and that complaining and cribbing kills the creativity, kills the possibility in life. And that is why I call this is why this is called Kundalini, or awakening, the energy awakening. That energy awakening is a creative energy. The creation continues, but this time the creation is completely different. It is not complaining. The complaining doesn't continue. There is a gratitude, there is a growth, there is a alignment with dharma. Okay, all that comes, and that is what is called the, all the the jewels that come out, right, in the churning of the Milky Ocean. There's so many jewels that come out. Then Amrita comes out. Okay, why? Because the churning is happening and the energy is moving upward. When the energy starts moving upward, the first thing that comes out is what? The first thing that comes out is poison. It's called hala hala. Okay, and that hala hala is, the Shiva comes and he drinks it, because even one drop falls, it will destroy. That hala hala represents to our thought patterns. Our so habituated thought patterns, even one you give reality to it, you'll go back to your old ways. Okay, it just destroys everything. Okay, one narrative. Have you heard of narratives? So politics uses narratives, right? So that narrative, false narrative, simple false narrative, that I am a victim of life. My life has always been, why am I here? I'm stuck. Okay, some narrative, some statement that you make, that's hala hala, it's poison, please understand. It will destroy your life, because you are Brahman. Whatever you say is true. If you say I am divine, it is true. If you say I am a sinner, it is true. And that is the hala hala, poison. And to drink the hala hala, Shiva comes. Shiva is Sadguru. The Sadguru contains that. Okay? The Sadguru is not affected by it. The Shiva, it gets stuck in the Shiva's throat, right? Because the poison doesn't enter the master. It just gets cleansed. And then, because of the energy movement, various things happen. And everything happens naturally, effortlessly. Please understand. So the realization is an effortless process. You understand? God is a matter of effortlessness. Is that part clear? So it's just a gentle movement of energy upward, which happens naturally, spontaneously, and the gratitude grows, the clarity grows. And that is the flowering of the individual. That's all. Any doubts? So is the practice clear? So you can whenever you want, you can do the chakra dhyana. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. Okay, and then you go backwards. Then Om, Hum, Vam, Ram, Vam, Lam. So that is one circle, one cycle. Okay, so you move the energy up, down, up, down. So Surabhi, Ravi, any doubts? Praveen?
Guruji, do you recommend doing this every day in the morning, or is there something specific about when to do this?
Time. Whenever it's possible, you can do it. And let it be a let it come naturally, that the desire to do it, and you find the time, how much ever you can do it. So intuitively you will know. So the moment you put a constraint that this has to be done, that becomes a burden on the mind. Let it happen naturally. If you feel the desire comes, it happens. So it is a happening, it is not a doing. That is the difference between what is popularized as spirituality and what is real spirituality. Real spirituality is all happening. There's no doing, it happens. So when it happens, let it happen. So today's session was supposed to be about that. Today's session was supposed to be about happening and doing. So I know we don't have much time because Surabhi has to leave. So in next session, I want to go address the doing and happening in life. So how much of life is happening and how much of life is doing? सुरभि जी आप हैं? कहाँ हैं आप? प्रश्न समझ में आ गया आपको? नहीं, आप म्यूट पे हैं.
मैं कितना कर पाऊंगी हैपनिंग लाइफ में, प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में ये सब कितना कर पाऊंगी, आई डोंट नो.
So everybody understands the difference between happening and doing?
लाइक ये चीजें सब ऑटोमेटिक हो रही है, ऑटोमेटिक मन में आ रहा है कि मुझे ये करना है खुद
हाँ,
से
so happening है, it happens. Okay, without a doer. Doing is individual. There's a doership. So you tell me in your life, can you do anything? Do you do anything in life?
नहीं.
तो सुरभि जी आप चाय बनाती है?
जी.
कभी जब हम वहां पे आएंगे चाय पिलाएंगे हमें?
जरूर.
चाय कैसे बनाती है?
पानी में चाय पत्ती बॉईल करके तुलसी पत्ते या जिंजर डाल के, और फिर बाद में जब वो बॉईल हो जाता है तब चाय पत्ती डालना होता है और फिर लास्ट में शुगर डालना होता
ओके, तो चाय बन गया. तो चाय आपने बनाया?
है. चाय चाय नहीं बनाई है, लाइक हाँ जी. हाँ जी.
पानी आपने बनाया?
नहीं, पानी में मैंने नहीं बनाया, दूध भी मैंने नहीं बनाया, बट जो प्रोसेस थी वो मैंने किया था.
प्रोसेस मैंने किया. तो प्रोसेस आपने किया?
आप वापस मुझे अपनी बातों में ट्रैप कर लोगे.
बातों में ट्रैप नहीं, मैं तो प्रश्न पूछ रहा हूं ना. तो आप ऐसे हाथ उठाइए. प्रोसेस में हाथ उठाना होता है, तो चीनी ऐसा डालना होता है, राइट?
जी.
हाथ उठाइए आप. तो रवि हाथ उठाइए. सब लोग हाथ उठाइए. हाथ नीचे रखिए। तो हाथ आपने उठाया?
जी।
जी, आपने उठाया, ठीक है। कितने लोग बोलते हैं हाथ मैंने उठाया? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू टेल आई लिफ्ट द हैंड? लिफ्ट योर हैंड। Okay, only one person. Namish, you didn't lift your hand. Who lift the hand? Praveen, you lift the hand?
No, Guruji, I don't think.
So only Surabhi lift the hand here. Surabhi, आप स्पेशल हैं। सब कोई ने हाथ नहीं उठाया, आप सिर्फ आपने हाथ उठाया। तो आपको अभी बोलना है हाथ हाथ कैसे उठाते हैं। पहले आपको वीडियो पे आना है, मुझे देखना है आपको।
गुरु जी, मेरे को अपनी शिफ्ट पे जाने के लिए मैं रेडी हो रही थी।
अभी अभी आपको जाना है, ठीक है। तो आप कल ये होमवर्क है आपके लिए, सबके लिए। मुझे अगले क्लास में बोलना है, अगले क्लास का थीम है हाथ किसने उठाया, हु लिफ्ट द हैंड, ठीक है। तो आपने बोला कि मैंने हाथ उठाया, तो अगर आप बोल रहे हैं तो मैंने हाथ उठाया, तो आपको बोलना है कैसे हाथ उठाते हैं। ओके, तो हाथ उठाने के लिए अंदर क्या क्या चलता है उसके बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है।
जी गुरु जी।
हाँ, तो होमवर्क समझ में आ गया। तो अगले क्लास का प्रश्न है हाथ किसने उठाया, चाय किसने बनाया,
जी गुरु जी।
ठीक है। एवरीबडी क्लियर? नेक्स्ट सेशन विल टेक अप हु इज द डूअर, okay, who is lifting the hand,
जी गुरु जी।
and how much of life is doing, how much of life is happening, how much free will we have in life, and what is the, if there is there a limitation or is it absolute free will. All these questions we'll take up in the next session. Okay, anybody already knows the answer?
I was on this, Guruji. I was intrigued. I was at some point reading. Yeah, I don't know if it's related, but it comes in Mahabharata, no? Uh, uh, Draupadi says to Yudhishthira, "Why, even though you are so good, why everything happens to you like this?" And then she after some time she realizes and explains the law of karma. How much of it is free will? How much of it is from the
Yeah,
three components? And then
yeah.
then I'm now confused actually. Some
Okay.
how much is actually the when I lift my hand. This is one action which I'm doing.
Yeah,
Anything which that happens, how much of that was actually a free will, how much of that was my previous karma and the current thing which you explained some time ago
yeah.
when we joined the prarabdha karma, and how that can be dissolved and all of that. So I'm intrigued how yeah, even in simple actions like this, yeah, it's on the same note I was also reading about um, someone asks um, Ramana Maharishi, is everything every day is happening only, or is it the same thing? Then he says everything is happening only. It's just that sometimes you realize that you are doing. You not realize, but you think you are doing. Yeah,
खाना खाना जी।
that's the confusion part I have. I want to discuss that with you
So
whenever
that
you.
we'll take up in the next class. Next class is about doership. Who is doing? Who is lifting the hand? So between now and next class, you you try to see, is your life a doing? You're doing anything in life, or is your life happening? And not only between now and the next class, your entire life so far, how much of that has been doing, and whether if you had not done what you had done consciously, whether you would be in the same place, whether things would have happened with you doing or not, or whether your doing is very essential, and we have so many this thing, no, regrets and guilt. I should not have done this, I should have done that, right? That means I had a freedom to do something else at that time which I did not exercise. So think whether that is also true. Okay, so can you objectively look at your life and question, inquire, what is in relation to doing, in relation to action only, nothing else, only in action. And that's very gross anyway. Very gross, very straightforward, very obvious. Just see how much of life put the action under microscope and inquire. Action is there is a happening, there's a doer, there's an individual doer, or it's universal. What is action all about? Okay, so with that, yes, Radhika.
Guruji, will it also be possible to cover this law of attraction versus this free will, which is going on a lot, especially in India? I'm listening to this Mitesh Khatri, Joe Dispenza workshops and all. So they claim that you can change your life.
Yeah.
But I 100% know that there is no free will. Even though we think we have free will, it is all happening. Like it's just a perception of the mind. So what is this law of attraction? Why is it such a big business then? Why thought leaders like Joe Dispenza are promoting it? That was my like doubt
So
or question.
is law of attraction possible? Yes, it is possible, right? Is it absolute? No, it is not absolute. But yes, why? See, people are stuck at various levels. So there's a Maslow's law of level of hierarchy, you know that?
Yes, yeah.
Survival, then there is some growth,
They-
there are aspirations, then there's finally self-actualization. So, and for each level, there's a tool. Some tools are there. Now, is the law of attraction somebody's talking about is saying that if you change something inside, you can attract it to you. One way is to struggle for it, crib for it, complain for it. Let's say simple case for a grahastha has to have financial stability. Okay, then there's some good schooling, good people. Everything matters, and everything has to be right. Even if one goes wrong, you might have a lot of money, but your children get into wrong group and get killed. Then what will your money do? The money will not bring the child back, right? So a lot of good things have to come together, right? Now, the law of attraction is, can I enable that in my life? Can I create that? So my way of thinking can, for example, I am depressed. I am negative, constantly thinking negative. So somebody is depressed and constantly thinking negative. What is the action that will come out of that?
I mean, unconscious action or action out of fear.
There could be aggression.
Mm.
There could be self-harm. There could be some habit, some drinking, some drugs. You will take up that. Now, those are not end. That will create a circle. That will create a field. You will enter some field. Like you will enter the field of drug addicts. Then you'll go into rehabilitation. Then it'll mess up life. Right? So your thoughts, they go in a downward spiral. They can mess up your life. So what Joe Dispenza or any of these people are telling, it's actually an ancient teaching. The law of attraction is a yogic practice. Okay. So I take people through a very specific process for that creation process that I'll take you through sometime. So you change your thought, you use the thought in a certain way, in a conscious way, to create something for yourself, for the society and the world. What is wrong in that?
But I mean, that is all good. But then we do not have free will. Everything is already destined. So,
This is also destined. It is destined for that person to go into law of attraction. No?
mm,
That is also destined. Somebody who is meeting Joe Dispenza, it's destined. It is destined that he should meet such a person, such a mentor, who will alter their experience of life. That is also destined.
mm.
Why are you destined to be in hell? When you're this is the problem. When you're suffering, you don't question, you accept it. When some change is happening in your life, you have a problem. Arey, why? How is this happening? Something good is happening in my life. Then you become very alert. Something is wrong. Something is wrong in my life. So you're so habituated to suffering in life, like that fisher lady. The fisher lady cannot sleep at home because the home is clean. So then she gets a box of fish and keeps it under a pillow and sleeps because she's so habituated to smelling that fish in the market. So you're so habituated to negativity. The moment some divinity comes into your life, you're like questioning, oh, what is happening? That is the problem in the mind. You see that? Okay, so it's all part of life. The attraction is part of life. The creation of wealth is part of life. Poverty is part of life. War is part of life. Peace is part of life. Victory is part of life. Failure is part of life. It's all part of life. You can't be biased towards one. But the only thing to be aware of is both of them are illusions, be it the victory or failure. Both are appearances. That is the final. That is the absolute. There's an absolute stance and there's a relative stance. Then in the relative, what happens is there are various levels. People get stuck at various lower levels. So these Mahatmas, these mentors, the divine, see, not everybody can come to Sadguru. There are all types of mentors required in the world. Right? Somebody is required to push somebody to create. So somebody has there are 4 categories of people: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. They're not caste. Their inherent nature. Somebody by inherent nature is more business oriented. That person needs a push to create a business, to create jobs. Somebody is a Kshatriya by nature, who is made to kill enemies. Okay? That person, if he doesn't get the right mentorship in that field, then life becomes a suffering. So a right direction given to that person. And that person needs that inspiration. You can, like all these, if you read about our army and special forces, right? They have a completely different level of thinking. Okay? About victory and life. It's not civilian thinking. Civilian thinking and special forces thinking are very different. Okay? And they need that kind of mottos. Okay? A civilian will have some dietary. Okay? I have to diet, I have to do some exercise. Now, those people, the Kargil war was fought drinking tea and dal, eating handful of dal. Can you imagine a war being fought drinking tea and dal? That's a totally different game altogether. And in that game, you need that kind of push to awaken people to do that kind of work because the extreme conditions. So when the condition changes, the mentoring has to be in that way. You can't give gym mentoring to an army person. The army person needs extreme mentorship. The Olympic athletes needs a different mentorship. So the Olympic athletes also do very physical work, but they also given sleep, 8 hours of sleep. Then they're given very good food. Okay, in the army people, they are completely deprived of sleep. They're expected to function at that same level without sleep, without food. Okay, and they need that kind of thought for that. Okay, what is the thought there? Human body can take that. Human body is capable of that. Now that is law of attraction. You're instilling the highest belief that your body can operate in such extreme condition and you can still win. So the soldier attracts that. Soldiers attracts that physical change also. So they might be shot in the hand or in the leg. Still they carry their fellow man and they go. That is impossible. Can that happen without certain belief? So beliefs play a role in life. So the question is where you are and what kind of beliefs you need. So the gurus and mentors come into your life based on where you are and what kind of mentorship you need. So you don't need the kind of mentorship and belief system that a soldier has, because you're not in that environment. But maybe you will require a belief to uplift your career, uplift your health, uplift your life. That you require. And for that, you might not need a Sadguru. Some mentor, good mentor is enough. Sadguru's job is to, when you are seeking liberation, enlightenment, there none of this will work. There, climbing the hill, enduring cold, living without food, all that is nonsense. All that won't work. Okay, there if you go and tell I can lift 100 kgs, 50 kgs, it doesn't work. So there it's about dropping doership. So everything has its place. So you have to take what is required in your life and drop what is unnecessary.
Got it, Guruji. Yeah. Thank you.
Can I ask one last thing, Guruji, if that's fine?
Go ahead,
Or
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
you have explained this before, also dropped a note on asking question of what's purpose of life is stupidity at some point. Um, I'm really struggling hard to mix. Before I came here, I was like, oh, I have to do this. I have to succeed like this. But now I understand that a lot of it is, as much as I want, is also already some of it is predestined, and the karma and all of that. But sometimes now I'm like, I'm now, how do I explain it? I'm confused between how do I find my purpose in this new realm where I is the Atma. I am the Atma, and I'm here to play a role. Then why should I take this role seriously?
So, see, one thing is very clear. You are a grihastha.
Yeah,
You're a grihastha. Grihastha has certain responsibilities.
correct.
So purpose in life is very simple. Purpose in life is just to be happy and peaceful. That's the
Correct.
purpose. That is dead end. Okay. Purpose is very clear. Purpose is whatever I do, I have, regardless, I have to be peaceful and happy. That is purpose in life. Then life also needs a direction or goal. So there are two different things.
Hmm.
Okay. Purpose is what I'm mainly after. Then goal is a direction, like a direction that you head in. If that goal is not there in life, and you are in a certain role, for example, you're in a certain role of a let's say CEO
Hmm.
or a management CTO or something. Now you have a role, you're playing a role, and if you don't have a goal, then you get into trouble.
Correct.
So you have to have a clear goal in life. Okay, and the goal has to, you have to decide what that is. It has to be conscious. If you don't have a conscious goal, so that's the proverb is, if you don't know the which shore you have to go to, no wind is favorable.
Hmm.
Okay, you should have a very clear goal that I have to go here. For example, that will be financial goal, that I have to take my children to, I have to put them in this college, this, I have to give them this level of education, I have to take care of the, because nobody else will do that for you.
Correct.
So some aspect of life is goal. So you have to take care of that. They're called nitya karma. They're obligatory duties. If you don't do that, you'll get into mess.
Correct.
So spirituality enables you to reach your goal in the most harmonious and to be successful in that. So the goal, first of all, you don't know what is the goal. What is the goal in life? What goal do you have? What direction are you going in?
I feel I'm in the direction of I feel passionately in this materialistic world. I feel passionately about how do I grow people, how do I share my knowledge about technology I have, and how do I grow them so that I can influence more people and grow myself. That's the goal I have.
So that's the goal that you have to work towards.
Yeah.
Okay. And that should be very clear. And then there's no confusion. Every day you know what you're doing. Everything that you do is for that goal. Okay. And then in parallel, you have to establish gnana. then life it's a total life. So it's outward life and inner life. Both have to be handled. For the outer life, goal is required.
Yeah.
And to achieve that goal, there are tools. Law of attraction is one of the tools to achieve the goal. Manifestation is one of the tools to achieve the goal. Okay? Karma yoga is one of the tools to get there. So that's where it's outer life, outer victory. Then there is an inner victory. Both have to happen. So life is about both inner and outer. So
At some times
in life.
At some point, it feels conflicting, Guruji.
No, it feels conflicting only in psychology, because look at your life right now in this moment. In this moment, have you reached your goal?
No.
No. Then the answer is very clear. No, there's no conflict. The conflict is I have to work. I have to move towards the goal. I am a grihastha, right? You cannot leave that, right? And the beauty is you can get the spiritual realization being a grihastha. So where is the conflict? What is the conflict in life? The conflict is I have to go in two directions. There are no two directions. My one grihastha ashrama becomes both outer and inner. I use my platform of grihastha ashrama for realization and for goal achievement. Where is the conflict?
Conflict occurs, is like, I mean, inwards, I want happiness and peace, right? And outwards, I want success. And the outward success or failures is, if you're, I mean, for for me, like at this stage of my life, it feels like that success and failure kind of creates this wrapper around the thing that I'm not successful, I'm successful today too much, too many good things, and the fluctuations that creates on my inner self, it takes away my inner happiness and peace, right? That's where I'm not able to keep these two separate, or being in harmonious between them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part of the process. That is the learning, no? That is what is spirituality. It's not about the tire is tested on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So Grihasthashrama is the opportunity for whatever the guru is teaching, the spirituality, the gnana is, it is tested in life with your spouse, with your children, with the office, with your aspirations. Everything gets tested. So it is the perfect thing to happen. That boiling is necessary. In that boiling is where the clarity that I am not the doer, the success and real understanding of success and failure, and karma yoga gets awakened. Please don't think that full-time spirituality, going away from this field of work, will give me that clarity. No. It's in this boiling is where the clarity emerges. That boiling is part of the process.
Okay. Then I'm on the right
Boiling
track.
is essential.
Okay.
In that boiling, when the boiling happens in the field, in the process of putting your mind to work and the body to work in the world with the gnana, there is a blossoming that will happen. It cannot happen anywhere else. That's why it's called Bhagavad Gita. It will happen on the battlefield. Okay, of course, the satsanga is, there is no doubt about it. Your association with the master is the key to everything, right? The teaching, the Shravana it is happening. But Shravana is also happening with you intact in your world. No, the master doesn't create distortion in your world. Okay, the moment somebody tells you have to leave what you are doing to get something, then I would say run away from that person. Be where you are, continue to do what you're doing, okay, and embrace there are some desires, and that's why it's called purushartha. Please understand, there are 4 purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Kama and moksha are not negated. Because when you negate karma and moksha, it becomes disease. It becomes a it's called what is that? Perversion. Okay, inside you have some intent, tendency, desire. Okay, but in your wrong understanding of what is life, you have gathered some spiritual knowledge. Somebody somewhere has told, okay, money is evil, or success is, you have to transcend that. You have no that has not come from the right source. Okay, in the right way, that becomes a perversion in person. Inside you have desire, but you're suppressing it.
Yeah.
So it will keep haunting you. So spirituality is a transcendence. And transcendence is a natural process because of the fire of wisdom. Okay? Now, transcendence doesn't mean the desire will not get fulfilled. So, transcendence means all the noise of the mind you will become free from. Then you will decide consciously what is required in life. If you say consciously something is required in life, you will get that. That is the example of all our rishis. So there was our this guy, no? Who is that? Sorry, 1 second. So there is who's that? Yagnavalkya Rishi, right? So Yagnavalkya is a Brahma Varishta. He's a great Gnani. He has two wives. In Janaka Maharaja Asthana, he demands so Janaka Maharaja asks, who is the greatest Gnani? So he will get 10,000 cows with gold ornaments. Yagnavalkya raises his hand. He tells his students to take the cows. Okay. So it's a clarity. Why? I need it. Because I have big ashram to run. I have so many students. I'm doing yagna. Okay. There is a yagna karya happening. There's dana happening. For that, money is required. So I need it. There's a clarity. There's no notion that, it's all illusion. I'm a Brahmagnani. I should not aspire for, right? Those false concepts drop. Then there comes a time when Yagnavalkya himself has made a lot of wealth, He's a big institution. He has two wives, and he tells now he wants to go for Vanaprastha, okay, and sannyasa. He wants to go away from the society. Why? Because he's fulfilled all his responsibilities. Please understand. He has completed his responsibilities, and he's reached a natural inner state where there's a deep inner clarity that nothing more needs to be done, and I need to withdraw now. Okay, it's a natural phenomenon. Then he hands over the wealth to his wife, and at that time, one of his wife, the two wives, Katyayani and Maitri, one of his wife asks some certain questions, and there is a transmission of wisdom, Atma Gnana there. Okay, so everything is part of the process.
Good.
So you should never ever distort your life based on wrong understanding. You should see, and that is the beauty of that is the whole requirement and beauty of the Sadguru, a living master. Without a living master, you will listen to some teaching, some source, which has nothing to do with your life.
Correct.
And you will start implementing in your life, and you will mess up your life. Some master told, and same master will tell different things to different disciples. So Osho used to tell many people, I don't believe in the institution of marriage. And to many of his disciples, he would tell, get married. So Mata Amritanandamayi, for some people, she'll prescribe sannyasa. Some people she'll prescribe grahasthashram. It is based on the inner maturity, inner need, where that person is, who that person is. Very contextual.
Correct.
That context, if you change, it messes up.
Correct.
For example, Narendra Modi ji had gone to ask sannyasa okay, from his spiritual master. The spiritual master told, no. Okay, you go, your sannyasa is karma sannyasa, karma yoga sannyasa. You go and go back to the world and you have to serve the country, become a leader. Now imagine at that time, he gave sannyasa to Modi ji. If that person who's there on the other side, if he's not wise, what he'll do? He'll make the wrong decision on behalf of because the disciple has surrendered his intellect or life. If the person on the other side is not wise, he will alter the course of human history. Please understand, not just whole course of that human. So the guru will look who is there. That is the other magic of the guru. It's not logical.
Correct.
Guru sees the potential. Oh, this guy is a potential. Parashurama had come to Dattatreya. Dattatreya didn't give him Atmanjnana. Okay, put him on a different pathway. Then when his job is done, come back for Atmanjnana. Swami Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda goes and tells, oh, I got the glimpse of Brahman. I want to stay in that perpetually. So Ramakrishna says, no, you will not get that. First, you go and do the work, your Loka Kalyan. Then you will get established in that. That is why I tell, life is a happening. Many happenings in life. The spirituality also is a happening to you. The Lord knows when to give you what. So don't complicate it. What is in front of you right now? Enjoy it. Your responsibility in front of you, right? Embrace it, perform it as an offering to the Lord. When there comes a time when you don't need to do that, it will naturally drop from your life. But if you drop it unnaturally, it will become a pain. And never, ever, ever try to kill or crush the intuitive direction that's coming in you. Okay, especially when it has a positive influence on people. Let's say there is some spurana, some spurti that's coming within you, some work which positively is affecting people. Okay, don't kill that. Instead, transform the attitude of that to karma yoga. Do it as an offering to the Lord. You're doing the same thing. Do it as an offering. It could be teaching. It could be service. It could be some yajna karya. It could be some you're organizing some workshops, some classes for some students, anything. Do that. That itself becomes your karma yoga. Please never ever think something is not spiritual. That is only a game of the mind.
Yeah, Guruji.
Embrace your life, especially whatever strengths you have and whatever desires you have also, right? I told you the desire is not individual. Please understand. If you have a desire for prosperity, it is not an individual desire, because your prosperity can lead to many prosperities of people who are associated. You don't have the vision of that. Okay. But and continue your study. But that study makes your discrimination very sharp. So you will know what is the line, where to stop, what to do, what not to do. That discrimination is a result of Shravana. So discrimination plus Karma Yoga is life. If you have to choose, okay, Krishna is for Karma Yoga. If the choice is to be made, right? Arjuna asks, which is the highest? Which is the higher? Krishna tells Karma Yoga is higher. If you have to make a choice, always choose Karma Yoga, safest option. Okay, between renunciation and Karma Yoga, if you have to choose, always choose Karma Yoga. Because the benefit for you and the world is always in Karma Yoga. And that is why the Grihastha Ashrama is the foundation of everything else. See, there's brahmacharya, which depends on grihastha the education level, right? It is a dependent existence on grihastha. Sannyasa is a dependent existence on grihastha. The sannyasi is living because of grihastha's support. Okay, all other ashramas are dependent on grihastha. So you are in the most noblest and highest ashram.
Very clear, Guruji.
Okay, shall we close for today? Thank you all for extending. In the next session, we'll take up doership.
Thank you, Guruji.
Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. My pranams to all. Hari Om.
Om Guruji.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om Guru.
Yeah, Guruji. Thank you.